Can they make the adjustments, both with a different adjustment to make? Claire Turley's done a pretty good job here by the look of it. Well, that's a fair correction.
Yeah, pretty good.
Had the pleasure of Wayne Turley's company for a match earlier in the week in the side series. Another one of the wonderful couples that we've got involved in bowls.
Great character too, Turls.
Yeah.
I recall, I don't know whether you recall, Clive, there was a match years ago when Nathan Rice was skipping, I think it was a triples game, and they were playing against Ryan Bester,
very
the
young
Canadian,
Ryan Bester.
Very young Ryan
Yes.
Bester, and Ryan Bester played a full drive and
Knocked
the
him
jack
out.
and Turls was flat out on his back
Yeah,
on
he
the
was.
green. It was quite
Yeah.
funny, and he played it for everything it was worth to the crowd, and it was fantastic.
Getting good feedback that YouTube's up and working now, so that's good. Everyone's happy. And of course, Wayne Turley was the inaugural Perth Suns coach as well in the BPL.
Yeah, that's right.
Lindsay Clark now. Well, looking at her body language, I don't know about the weight.
Yeah, it's not going to get there.
She looked unsure. And that is exactly the situation. Right, there is still... It's not a howling breeze, but there is still a breeze to play into. And it is still... You're into the teeth of it playing this exact hand.
Yeah, it's more the gusts that are catching them out at times. It's not a constant breeze.
I think you'll find as the night wears on that will just drop away.
Well, I hope so, because it'll
It certainly did last night.
make for a good final with the conditions becoming a bit more benign.
So now Lindsay with an extra push, not far away with this.
This one looks pretty good. Oh, just holding up. Thought that was better than that, but still not bad.
Perfect for line.
1.5 foot.
The NT have started well next door, holding 2 or 3 on this end. It's Tristan Smallacombe and Greg Wetzler against Corey Wedlock and Gary Kelly. Okay, well, still 2 to the Queenslanders as we change over. Gary Kelly rips out a couple of those NT bowls next door, and a couple of them come spewing across onto the rink. So already 6:40 p.m. here in WA, so the green speed drop will happen fairly shortly. It doesn't seem to drop too much more after that. Now, I might get a guide from how far this runs. Still a bit of finish there. As I've discussed throughout our nighttime matches, I just feel like normally in WA that green speed just drops and then it pretty much holds that pace for the rest of the evening. Well, Kath looking for a clear run. She's found that. Just failed to nestle in on the back bowl, but still 2 signalled by Lindsay there, as you saw on your screen. Hurry under's the call.
Well, she might have done enough to count.
Is that going to tighten Kath's line up right up under there? It looks like it. That's the call. Now, How much does it hold? We know it holds a little bit late here. That's a great shot.
Great shot there.
Brilliant. Right to the front of the jack. And as we saw in our previous matches, just holds its line late up there in this direction. And that's got the jack to a very handy home for South Australia. Sitting with 2 shots as they change over. And a tricky one for Lindsay Clark to get at.
Yeah, and it leaves the SA skip Jody the ability to draw to that bowl with a little bit of confidence as well. Got the bowls catching behind there, so not too much trouble with a bit of movement of the jack. So
I think Fiona's trying to ask why aren't the girls in state uniform. Generally the way for these events is players wear their club uniforms. There have been some exceptions to that. As Lindsay pumps up her own bowl and runs through. Well, she's opened up at least a gap there to be able to play something with her last now. So yeah, there are, generally it's state rules. They can wear state uniform or club uniform, and that can come down to the states deciding whether that's the case. Like for instance, our WA players are in club uniform as well, and most of the players are in club uniform. Well, what a shot that is. Now,
well done.
Does it fatten the target slightly? Perhaps, but this has only got 1 bowl left at it.
Oh, she's playing good positive weight at this. Looking for the split potentially.
Just going to miss on the outside, so this is going to be a handy collect for South Australia to bounce back after just dropping that first end. They only dropped 1. And they are going to take the lead here. Merv Ford. Thank you, Merv. Great man is Merv Ford. Well, is that a missed opportunity? 3 in stereo called from the from the far end. 3-1 is the scoreline, and just a little star next to that because that was an early chance at 4. But still, South Australia will be very happy with 3 on the board. Bit of a nerve settler getting that first score on the board. And you've got a very clear look at that scoreboard next door. Northern Territory leading 2-0 after 2 ends against New South Wales in the men's gold medal match. And in the mixed pairs gold medal match, I've got someone sitting in the way of the scoreboard, so it's not going to be ideal. I can see Tasmania are on 3, but I can't give you Victoria's score at the moment. They might be live scoring, so I'll check that.
Might be 1, Clive.
Yeah, in fairness, that person has no idea that they're sitting on the angle that we need. It is 3-2 at the moment. 3-2 to Tasmania after 2 ends. That's against Victoria. Nice start here from Claire. Just drops around the front bowl of Kath and nicely nestles in for shot. Definitely a chill across the air at the moment while that wind is there. It's been another beautiful day, there's no doubt about that. A cooler evening. Has Claire got the journey here? She has.
Two good bowls from
great
Claire.
shots. Look at that. Brilliantly done. So the Victorian representatives, Mitch, in the mixed pairs, Kirsty Vandenhoff and Vincent McElwain. They are the two competitors for Victoria. Plenty of bowls around the jack early. I don't know how cleanly that one got away. How's the weight?
Will turn being an XG.
Oh, she's played it great. I wasn't sure out of the hand. Well, just didn't quite get there to sit it right out. And Lindsay out to a wideish line. Wants this to get back a little now and get on a good angle. That's a pretty good angle to be on.
Yeah, great positioning bowl. That's where the jack's going to.
Darkness is just about hit us now. There's still a little bit of light hanging on in the sky, but just about gone as we head to 10 to 7. Emma Boyd cheering for the Ospreys. Emma, another fine player in her own right. Was represented at the World Championships. Canada.
Cass in the area here if she's got the weight. Oh, she needs to run just a fraction.
Wow. That line was perfect, wasn't it?
She was all over it. It's just a yard of weight. That's all she needed.
She'll be able to play down onto that with her next. Look to give it a little shunt through onto the jack. So another one round there for the Queenslanders won't go astray, and that's where Claire Turley has landed. Imagine there's a double chance here for Kath now. With good weight, she can push her own bowl up or just get past it and get to Jodie's bowl.
I think go onto Jodie's bowl's the better result because I think you can actually almost get that bowl out without moving the jack, which is a better option for the South Australians.
How much weight she got here? Well, is this going to get a little, it's going to block it just a little bit. Well, could have done. Just blocks that path through to that white bowl now of Jodie's. So, might mean she needs to play a little bit more weight and just crash a little bit now.
Yeah, look, I think she only really needs to be playing with a metre or so over. I mean, the worst result for them is probably getting onto that front pink, because the jack can go straight back to the Queensland bowls. Oh, she's actually changed hands. Fair enough. Well, it provides options with the second one now.
Yeah, interesting to see whether she tries that again or she goes back to the forehand side.
No, it's going to stay there.
All right, well, this is on a tighter line.
She has got a bit of extra weight though.
Just going to cross. I think Lindsay Clark will be now just looking for pretty much a dead draw now. Don't think she'll be looking to splash that jack at all.
Yep, well, I think that one's going to be troubling the scorers.
That is 1-2 Queensland, 3-2 the lead to South Australia. Chloe asking for a bronze medal match update. Knows about the live scoring but can't be bothered looking. That's I like your honesty, Chloe. I'll give you your honesty. So we have a ACT versus Victoria bronze medal match, which will be the one that you're asking about. I can tell you the ACT is leading that one 6 shots to 0 after 3 ends, Chloe. So Chloe will be happy with that. In the men's pairs bronze medal match, that board is a little tricky for me to get to, so I might do that off the live scoring.
Oh, Claire's rolled ditch to ditch here, so this will test out the ladies.
Men's pairs bronze medal match 2-1 lead to WA at the moment after just a couple of ends. And the mixed pairs bronze medal match, New South Wales leading that one 5 shots to 1 after 4 ends against South Australia. I think Queensland have announced what they're going to do here. They're going to play long ends, aren't they?
Yeah, seems to be the game plan. Of course, it didn't bother the SA girls on the previous end going this way, picking up a 3.
Picking up a 3 that could well have been a 4 as well, with the last bowl being an opportunity.
Don't think this one's going to quite arrive either.
Well, ditch to ditch going to be a challenge. This is still into the breeze as well, so it is definitely going to be a challenge. And I think the two Queenslanders are having a little bit of a chuckle about that as they
yeah, I think
change ends.
Lindsay might have actually said, "How come we're going ditch to ditch?"
Well, I wonder whether Lindsay found herself standing there and Claire rolled the jack to her. Sometimes that happens when you're not quite paying attention. As you look up and you go, "Oh dear." It could have happened. I mean, they may well be playing it as a tactic, so we'll see how the game evolves.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of data to go on at this stage.
I think pairing like that with as much experience as they have, maybe that probably wasn't the case. It's probably more the game plan.
Well, this one's racing up there as well, so both skippers have been spooked by the leaders dropping short and have both found themselves in the ditch. And a slight overcorrection from Lindsay, so the jack's still there to be claimed on this end. This is as long an end as you get, straight into the breeze. Have we got an overcorrection here too? We do. Well,
what would the length of this green be too, Clive? It's a international size.
I believe they are international size greens, so yeah, so it's as long an end as you pretty much get.
You don't often see that, do you, where the well, we have actually had one past the head because we've had both skips go past, but 6 of the 8 bowls so far haven't been able to reach the head.
Can Claire Turley find her way there? Lindsay's urging it to reach. So, no. Wow. Well, there's no doubting the quality of the player, so we just can deduce from this that it is not easy out there at the moment. It may be that the green has slowed a little as well. We know that that happens around this time, so whether that's caught them unawares a little bit, it does happen. Do have Sue Hogg out on the rink looking after us from a paddling perspective, so she will be indicating shots and so forth throughout the match for us as Claire crashes into the front, works her way around, and that'll do for number 1.
Well, this one's definitely got weight to reach. Needs a bit of
off
help.
The edge.
Yeah.
Probably still runs too far. So still 1 blue as we change for the last time on this end. And I wonder whether the review of the long end plan will happen here. Maybe long but not quite so long might be a plan. Lindsay has a little chuckle as she goes past. Well, this looks handy.
Looks good. Weight looks good.
And Lindsay has nailed it. What a shot. Great bowl. Claire will be thinking, damn, now she's probably going to want to play another one. Jodie just crashing into the front, so now suddenly an opportunity here for Lindsay to add another and claim that 3 back that happened last time in this direction. to still have that good weight.
I think she's pretty close again.
Played it really well. Look at those two bowls after we've seen all the players struggle, and Lindsay Clark plays two absolute crackers. So Jodie with no choice but to make sure she reaches here. This has got plenty on it. Is she going to get any sort of result? No, straight through the gap. So 3 shots it is. So in a way, the plan worked, Troy. It perhaps took a little while to work, but 3 it is, and the two Queenslanders are coming up to have a little chat here and just perhaps refine a plan here. Do they want to continue with that, or are they going to change the game plan? It's looking like long again.
Yeah, I think they're going to stick with it.
It's a skill in itself to be able to roll the jack accurately this length. And, well, it's not quite tee to tee this time, but it's not far off it. Couple of metres off tee to tee.
On a standard size green, Clive, that's well and truly,
yes, it is,
tee to tee.
Yep.
Done a good job here, Claire.
What a great start that is. Bearing in mind this is a little bit more, for the breeze that there is, it's a little bit more down breeze, even though there's not a lot there at the moment.
Yeah, well, it seems to be just a bit easier to pick the line, doesn't it? The line's a bit kinder with the breeze behind you. It's a good response.
I was waiting for that question to come up, Dougie. Never seen a pairs game alternate after 2 bowls played. Is this a new concept? No, it's a very common concept actually in Australia, but it seems like it's only Australia that plays the 2 and walk pairs. 2 and walk we tend to call it, or 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. The concept is basically it's a bit like a fours game, but you're playing lead and third, and the other player is playing second and skipper. It's a very popular way to play pairs, and in most cases, from a player's perspective, it tends to be the favourite way of playing pairs. Troy, I think you were saying that earlier on.
Yeah, look, I think most states play their state pairs as the 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 game. I know here in WA we've always played it that way. I think a lot of states are the same.
I think in the UK there's still a bit of 4-4 pairs. I'm not saying I particularly want to lead in a game of 4-4 pairs, because that's primarily a skipper's game then, isn't it, really? If you're going to give the skipper 4 bowls each.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would be very popular here in Australia if that was introduced.
I guess you're still playing 2 positions. You're just playing lead and second and third and skipper. What happens is it affects the structure of your team. The way you structure your team is slightly different. So if you're playing a 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, you probably want 2 players that have got all the shots each. If you're playing a 3-3, as a lead, you really don't have to have the shots. You can just lead with your 3 bowls and play a primarily draw-based game. And that would be the same in a 4-4 format. Two, 4-2. That's a different beast again. It's basically allowing players to play every position across the 2 ends. You would play actually every position if you're comparing it to a fours game. I'm surprised it's taken till this late in the day to talk about the pairs format. So I was expecting that to be a red hot topic as Jody nails it there, beautifully played.
Lovely shot by Jody.
Yeah, well, Brent, the quickest way to say it's 2 and walk, which is what that I've often heard it referred to as. So New South Wales are struck back in the men's gold medal match, 4-2, the lead now over NT after 3 ends. And in the mixed pairs gold medal match, it's going to be tricky because that score is blocked off from me. Might have to see if we can get that scoreboard attendant just to move for us. See if I can make that happen.
6-4 maybe.
Well, it's 4 ends. I don't know about the...
Well, one team is the...
Tasmania is definitely on 6.
Tasmania's on 6.
Yeah.
Just can't quite see the Vic score.
West side onto the rink, so it does... people do sit in the way without realising. Kath Greenside looking to get round the front here. Well, she's played that very well.
Claire just searching down through the middle here. It's just a fraction under, but around the area.
South Australia have bounced back nicely and built a nice little head here. Some nice words from Matthew there. Pretty cool watching Claire and Lynn's play for a national title. 2 great competitors and they've been doing it for so long. Spot on. Well summed up.
So Lindsay's looking for the jack or both bowls here. Very close. Coat of paint on that.
There we go. We can see that scoreboard now. It is 6-3 to Tasmania over Victoria in the mixed pairs final, and we thank that scoreboard attendant who's just shuffled for us. So volunteers doing a fantastic job as we've mentioned throughout, and would not have had a clue that they were just obstructing our view from that scoreboard.
So Lindsay's playing a similar shot here. A bit wider this time, it looks like. It's going to get down. Well,
caught an edge and got the jack into the ditch. The jack has stayed in bounds.
Right on the boundary peg. The jack just in probably about 6 inches inside the boundary peg.
Well, it is currently 2 to the Queenslanders, so Jodie will be doing well to get second shot here. She doesn't really want to push all the way to the ditch. This is a tough shot. Now on unplayed territory, can she get up and get second shot? Needs it to push, not going to. So 2 shots it'll be. Got it up into the area, got the little slide off the front, and got the jack into the ditch. So another long end, as you mentioned, Troy. We are on a very large green, so again, tee to tee on most other greens right here. Now, can Claire make a better fist of this? This is going quick. So it took a while to find range on this length last time.
It's easy to do because right as she's let that one go, the wind's just completely dropped.
Correct.
And that's why that one's gone into the ditch. So
it was really only Lindsay Clark that nailed this last time in this direction out of the 4 players. And Kath has missed the weight short. She's watched Claire Turley's bowl and gone, well, I can't do it. I don't want to put too much on it, and second guessed herself. Now this is better. Still just going to cruise past, but nothing wrong with that for a starter.
Yep. It's just forced change in hands here.
Well, the line's great. How much journey has it got? Well, it's a fair effort.
Not a bad effort. It's still about 4 feet.
Well, if Lindsay and Claire are setting out to make it difficult by playing the long ends, they're certainly succeeding, and that may be part of their game plan. We're going to make it as hard as we can for the opposition and bet on ourselves to be the ones that can handle it best. (6-4) lead to ACT over Victoria in the... Sorry, 6-5 lead now. Just been an update there. 6-5 lead to ACT over Victoria in the women's bronze medal match. And 4 shots apiece between the NT and New South Wales in the men's gold medal matches. This climbs around the front.
This looks good.
Lindsay Clark, that is class. World champion of just a few weeks ago. And a teary farewell to international bowls. Had the pleasure of calling that match.
Jodie's on a pretty good track herself. Just come down to weight here. I think she's
great.
nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
What a shot.
Great shot, Jodie.
That'll
give her a bit of confidence too, which is good.
Well, it's also what the South Australians have to do if they don't want to keep playing full-length ends, is they have to dominate a few of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Make the Queenslanders rethink the game plan.
Lindsay Clark, she's just going to slide wide with this one.
Something to consider for players at home if you know you have potentially a weakness on long ends and the opposition rolls a long end in a roll-up, do not be short with all your bowls because you're going to be playing long ends during that game a lot, if that's the case. I might say the roll-up's not that important, but it can be.
Now, Jodie's, I think she's just going to drop a bit short here. It was on a lovely track again.
So it does appear that the finish has dropped out of the green, and there's no surprise. It's 20 past, coming up to 20 past 7. So No surprise that a little bit of pace has dropped away.
Still running reasonably though,
certainly,
Clive. You know,
yeah.
it's by no means, you know, terrible to play on. It's,
Oh, not at all.
No, it's still turning, which is good to see. Just the final metre and a half of finish lacking, but other than that, pretty good.
Oh, the surface itself is pristine.
I mean, there's not a lot of moisture in the air tonight either. There's no dew forming on the green. Well,
yes, I understand, Chloe. I understand that it's fairly obvious to say don't be short on a long end. I get that. I'm talking about in a roll-up when you maybe give away something to the opposition right from the start. Kath just going to drop just under the front, but we'll stick around. That's third shot. Claire will be chasing up here again. That's not the same, said Claire, and out on a wide line.
Well, there's a chance here for Kath.
It's very similar.
They're going to keep running, I think. Just going to fall a bit short.
The
but
line
she
was
has
almost the same. That's blocked it, hasn't it?
put the bowl in an awkward position for Lindsay with her next bowl.
Well, some decisions to make here for the Queenslanders as they wander around and try and work out the best way in. And it looks like they've decided on forehand down into that gap.
It does look like there's a bit of an angle there, doesn't it?
And
We got the two catches.
Lindsay's had a good handle on that hand. She's played a couple of good bowls on the previous end in this direction down into that sort of gap.
I suppose it depends what type of shot she wants to play, Clive, whether she wants to go more a draw weight or quicker through the up through the middle there.
I don't see her going quick here. I think it'll be more just drawing up there, try and get another one in there because they really only have one bowl close. Well, this is very close.
She's in the
Have a
area
look at
here.
this shot, people. What a bowl.
That's a cracking bowl.
What a shot from Lindsay Clark. Wow.
Thanks for coming.
That is the class of a superstar right there.
Jodie looks to be on a bit of a tight line here.
Well, if I'm Claire Turley, I'm saying same bowl. If she touches the jack again, she's going to make quite the number.
Yeah, exactly. Touches at 6 inches, it's 4.
Saying same bowl, please.
Hey,
She's
what,
in
she's
the zone
not
again.
far away. It's just going to
clipping the front.
Well, she was all over that with a clear run.
So Jodie looking to try and find that same path without the clip on the front of the bowl and give herself a chance to get to the jack. It looks to be, well, it's close. just on the outside. So one more on the board, or are we going to have a look for a second?
Having a quick look.
One by the look of it.
One it is.
8-3 the lead to Queensland here after 6 ends of our women's pairs gold medal match. And of course, all of our coverage brought to you by Tourism Western Australia, walking on a dream here in WA. There it is. Step into a dream. That beautiful look of the city centre there. And of course, the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Lottery West, and the City of Joondalup. And we find ourselves in for the last 4 days of the Nationals. We've had one. We're nearly at the end of 2 days. We've still got fours and singles to come as we experience more in Joondalup town. Well, nothing wrong with that for a start. We are true T to T now. Well, that's a nice bowl, no doubt about it. Playing on a 40-metre green, stretching the distance out late in the evening. You can see that scoreline next door. New South Wales 8 shots to 4 over the NT after 5 ends. It's the men's gold medal match. Kath just working her way past, but nothing wrong with that at all. Bowl halfway between the jack and the ditch is always useful when the jack's on the tee. Sometimes once the jack's in the ditch, getting that bowl to that sort of position is far more of a challenge than just dropping one past earlier on in the end. Thanks for all the nice feedback. Enjoying it, Nick Hind. Nick Hind, great calling, boys. Making it very easy listening and watching in Culburra.
I'm assuming it's a lot cooler over there than
I would imagine
over
so.
here. G'day, Nick.
Lindsay just running out of steam. About a metre or so, just over a metre short.
It's an awkward draw now, though, for Jodie.
I think she's pretty much got to ignore what's there already and just try and draw close. Well, that's quite the tight line.
Well, she's certainly
Got a bit
reaching.
on it. Lindsay's done very well with this. Just parks in behind and counts. Well, as I say, it counts. It just keeps rolling, so maybe not. Jodie needs to keep her weight here and play up through these again. No good coming up short of this now. Push up through it and give it a chance.
She certainly kept her weight.
Not far away either. Well, just needed a kinder result there. That was she gave that every chance. There's still a little touch of the jack there for the Queensland combination to make more. Just a little front touch could make as many as 4 or 5. Holding at least 1 at the moment. I didn't quite pick up Sue's signal there, so I'm not sure whether it's 2.
Yeah, that was a good shot by Jody. She's, cleared a path for Kath on the open draw. Claire's not going to quite get there with this one, so opportunity for Kath.
Four ends in a row have gone the way of Queensland. I'm going to be very interested to see what South Australia do if they win an end, and when they win an end, to try and change this. Clearly not going to be long ends.
Oh, well, they'll have to change something, won't they? Just going to drop short there.
Yeah.
Lindsay and Claire are starting to find their range on the long ends. So yeah, you're right. If they get the mat back,
Whether they choose to go really extreme short, I mean they don't really have to, but certainly change it up to something short to medium. As we see, just going to miss the jack, but sits in behind and
good spot.
Another one there for that little trail.
Okay, it's important for Kath to reach here. Gives Jody something to work with. Looks tight.
And that's the issue. When you start to feel like you've got to push it, you just lose your rhythm a little bit and miss your line. You can see the intent there.
Well, at the moment, not too much damage with that, with them only 1 shot down, but as we can see, there's plenty of opportunity here now for Lindsay Clark to any jack movement at all, slight jack movement, and
it's just adding to the count, isn't it?
The count's going to be 4, maybe 3 or 4 at least.
Yeah, that just depends on the angle then.
Yeah.
Well, Lindsay's on a very good line. Doesn't quite make the journey though, so Jody's going to the forehand, which does look a little cluttered. Well, you can see what she was trying to do, trying to get into that gap at the front. It was Lindsay's last bowl that made her look there, because she doesn't want to just come down and crash straight into that front bowl. Lindsay just passing on the outside, so...
Good enough to count though.
If it falls back, that's close.
Yeah.
1 and a measure is the call from Sue.
The camera looks like the white bowl is the second shot, but from where we're sitting...
The angle does favour that back bowl.
Could actually be the back bowl. That's the second shot there. Right, well, we've got better weight here from Jody. Just going to miss it high.
Well, that's going to cut out that back bowl anyway. So that is going to be one
shot
to Queensland. There you go. So 1 more on the board. A 9-3 lead now to Queensland over South Australia, as we've played 7 ends. So this end will see the halfway mark passed. And Queensland continuing to roll long jacks.
Yep.
Is this one going to pull up?
I think it's going
Yes,
to.
it is.
Kath and Jodie really do need to win the end. Get that mat back.
Doesn't you have to admire the consistent jack rolling here from Claire as well?
She's been amazing,
that is not
actually.
that is not an easy thing to do, is just keep rolling full-length jacks.
She's been rolling it between the tee and the ditch, bisecting it.
Yeah.
So
She's had a couple that have come up about a metre short of it, but nothing wrong with that.
Done well.
Well, just made the end a little bit longer. Another metre longer.
Okay. Important for Kath to reach with her first couple. She's been dropping a few of these short.
The other thing I admire about Claire's jack rolling is different. It is different in WA conditions to the smooth tiff dwarf greens that she would be used to playing on.
Because they don't run as far as...
The jack rolls a mile over there on those very silky smooth greens. The grass that's used in WA is different. A little bit of a coarser sort of surface. So her judgment in terms of adjusting to that has been impressive.
Well, she has had all day to do it though, Clive. This is the fourth game for the day. But yeah, she's been nailing it every time.
First time we've seen these two, so we don't know whether they've actually been doing this all day or not, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so this is the problem with the SA team at the moment. They're not getting to their head with their opening bowls, which is putting a lot of pressure on themselves.
Have a look across the boards. 8-6 lead to New South Wales over NT in the men's gold medal match. Then we've got the women's bronze medal match. That's ACT leading 8-5 there after 8. Next is the mixed pairs gold medal match. That is a 10-2 lead to Tasmania over Victoria. Then we've got New South Wales playing South Australia in the mixed pairs bronze medal match. That is a 9-4 lead, Troy, on rink 5. I think it's 9-4.
Can't quite see the second. There's a pole right in the way, but it could be 9-4.
And the men's pairs bronze medal match is a little out of sight for us. I can see WA are on 6, but I can't see the Victorian score there. It's got a couple of structural poles.
Jodie's played a great shot there. Good bowl.
Has.
Right on the jack. It's what they need.
South Australia just need to find a way to win an end here so they can change the momentum of this game, change the length, and see if they can chip away at this margin. Only 6 shots, so nothing to panic about at this stage. They just need to win an end. 5 ends in a row have gone the way of Queensland. And again, just missing the weight. Last night we saw the wind disappear by now. It's not the case tonight. It is sticking around. As you get a good look at some of the flags and the signage alongside, just flapping away in the breeze. And while you look at that, it's actually while the breeze is relatively down at the moment. So it just gives you an indication. So nothing for that one for Claire Turley, and now a chance for Kath to find that weight up here on the forehand. Just needs to find a clear run through. In fact, too clear, and has found a way into the ditch. So just struggling to find that in-between range. The most important thing for South Australia right now is they're holding one, and it's a difficult one to get to for the Queenslanders.
Going to just come up short again. Well, it does block the shot back to the bowl slightly.
Just wonder whether Lindsay's got a line up through here. Might be look, yeah.
That's a better angle.
There, she's thinking about going big at this. I think thinking about firing one up there. If she gets onto the white bowl, it looks like it puts her blue bowl straight through the jack. So we might see Lindsay use a fair bit of weight here, and the best result may well be to hit that front white bowl, which goes straight onto the blue and straight through the jack. Jodie's bowl is a toucher.
They are a fair way apart, but
I think that's what we're going to see. Lindsay can play the big weight shot. She's got every shot in the book. There it is, solid weight. Just on the outside of the target. I think it's the right shot for them to play. Almost impossible to draw that.
Well, I mean, to play the weight she needs to get back there. I don't think it's going to turn around the front bowl of Kath. So, yep, I think you're right. Whereas Jodie can play just a drawing to even beat the bowl of Claire's on the wing side, but she's just played that slightly under.
So fire 2 for Lindsay Clark. Well, definitely a tighter line than our previous attempt.
Well,
just missed the jack as it went past. Wow.
So these South Australians utter a sigh of relief.
They can breathe. As that bowl got that little edge and headed down towards the jack, they would have been saying, oh no.
Yeah, and I think Jodie would be very happy just to take a one shot into this end.
Yeah, so one shot it is to South Australia. Length change coming, no doubt about it, and a 9-4 advantage to Queensland. So certainly not out of reach. 8 ends played, 7 to play from here for the title as we play 15 ends, and already the mat is further up the green. Now, just the key for Kath here is just to get a nice jack roll in here so that they make sure the length is good. And now they're back to a slightly more comfortable length for them to play. All So 10-6 next door. New South Wales leads the NT in the men's gold medal match after 7 ends have been played there. So now the South Australians have got the length they want. Important they play a really solid end here and keep that advantage. Right, opportunity now for Kath. Must close in on this jack now.
Yeah, she's done well here.
Wants to get all the way
just needs
still.
to keep to run. It's a fraction short. At least 2.5, 3 feet there still.
Instead, it's Claire Turley that gets onto it.
Great correction by Claire. Good bowl.
Change of hand. Just drops in behind the jack. Lindsay Clark with another nice bowl here. Just needs that to pull up, and it will. Just tucks in behind for a couple. So Jodie now with a correction to make on her first attempt that just came up that little bit short. Just can't relax on the length and so, oh well, it's a little bit shorter now. I can just trundle up there. She's just overdone it. I'd like to see the South Australians just come together and regroup just a little bit here. So let's just calm down and work out the length. Lindsay does enough there to drop inside for another. It's good to see the two. Oh, I was going to say it would have been nice to see them just chat it through a little bit there. 8-6 the lead to the ACT over Victoria in the women's bronze medal match. And 11-2 to Tasmania over Victoria in the mixed pairs gold medal match. So Courtney Hobbs and Tim Dowse pushing their way towards a gold medal. They were very impressive when we saw them earlier on in the day, Troy.
Yeah, exactly.
Courtney in particular was all over it.
They both played well.
They did.
Tim played some great conversion shots when he needed to, and Courtney was
solid as a rock, wasn't she?
Leading very well.
Well, Kath had the weight with the first, just held a little wide, so she's got something to adjust off.
No major correction required. She was in the area. She's tightened the line up, certainly. She tightened it up a fraction too much, Clive. No, it looks okay. It's just all about the weight now. The fraction over.
Claire just overshooting the mark a little with that one. So Tim Dowse getting a big cheer from the sidelines. So must have played a big one over there. As you get a look across the rink, we've got every rink in play here, all playing for medals. 3 gold medals, 3 silver medals, and a set of bronze medals as well being played for here. Three sets of bronze medals, of course.
Oh, Jodie looks like she's pinched a line again.
I don't know. She's not far off the jack.
Well, I thought that was narrow.
Well, I mean, in the end it was slightly,
Yeah,
but
it was
gave it a chance.
It was narrow.
I like to see that she pushed it up the line and gave it a chance, that's for sure. She set up something for her last. She's now got something to play down to and sit or trail. The trail's not exactly massive with the blue bowl sitting in behind there. Lindsay's added another there. Perfectly judged. I think Jodie needs to go on the semi-attack again here. Just reach up that line again.
Yeah, she's doing that.
Needs it to hold on. Well, that'll help. Second shot.
Second shot.
Does Lindsay have any interest in trying to move the jack? I'm not sure. I think
Well, I think
Claire's indication was she was pretty happy with one here.
Yeah, I think Claire was happy for her just to put it in a pocket.
Nope, she's walking back to the mat with it, so I don't think it's going in the pocket. Lindsay says, trust me, I'll put it out to a good line and try and draw another. It wasn't far away if she cleared that.
It's a pretty good effort. She wasn't probably 2 or 3 inches out.
It's one more on the board to Queensland. They lead at 10 shots to 4. There is 6 hands to play. And I've got a feeling we're heading back to ditch to ditch.
Yeah, I think you're right. All those bowls are being kicked back to the tee.
If I'm Kath, I'm in no hurry to kick those bowls. I'm hoping that Claire just comes out and puts the mat in front of them, but no.
No, she's persistent. Oh, I think she's been given a bit of a reprieve here.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a long end, but it's nowhere near as long as the tee to tee length, so... 14-2 now, so that we know what that cheer was. 14 now, Tasmania leading Victoria in the mixed pairs gold medal match. So when I said Tim must have played a cracker, it sounds like he did.
Yeah.
All of these matches are being live scored, so you can... you do have to go to each match in the finals to get those live scores, and you have to click on the match to get to the scorecard. The score will not show on the main Bowls Link screen, so you can click.
Well played by Lindsay Clark. Pretty much right down to the jack. Right on it. Yeah, two pretty good bowls there by Lindsay.
Mixed pairs bronze medal match update for you. New South Wales leading 10-5 there after 11 ends.
Pretty good reply here from Jody. That'll be the second shot. Good effort.
And in the men's pairs bronze medal match, looks like we've just had an update there. It looks like it's 10-4 after 9 ends to WA over Victoria.
You can see the people behind the green there rugged up. Close.
Yes, it is chilly, there's no doubt about it. If you went back to Monday, which is only 2 days ago, it was 36 degrees and it was hot. You would not have people sitting there rugged up like that. Have a look. Have a look at him. That's Barry Orr, I think. He's a Northern Territorian, and he's obviously feeling the cool.
Pretty good shot here by.
Just wants to turn it and open things up. Well, that's done very well.
Yeah, that's a good result there for Kath. Gives him an opportunity.
Doesn't only look cold, looks a little stunned as well.
Looks like his face has been frozen by that southerly.
Well, that's going to hold wide, so now an opportunity here for Kath to really tidy this up. Get down there and get that little nudge down the line for 3. And breathe some life into this one. 6 shots the difference. Still room for South Australia to challenge. Those cheering for Queensland don't want that, but the neutral observer wants a close match. So see what Kath can come up with here. Just going to drift under, but it's still there for Jody to work with. Lindsay Clark will get the first chance to do something with it. I'm not sure what she'll be looking to do, whether it's just drawing another one, maybe drawing another one and landing slightly in the way.
Would she look to play a positive draw shot to get the jack through
Perhaps.
the hole? I mean, they've got everything at the back there.
And they're only holding one, so...
I mean, if she, worst case scenario, she got on to that front blue one, she could lock it into the back white one and stay anyway, so probably worth playing a positive draw shot.
Looks like it. Out of the hand, it did look like it. And you can see just a... Well, it's not much more than draw weight.
She was just drawing to it, wasn't she?
Super effort. Well, Jody needs to really commit to this shot. Sit that shot bowl out of there, trail the jack.
Okay, how's the weight?
Tell you
Looks
what,
pretty
this
good.
is very close.
This is very close.
How well's she getting that bowl? Well, she's...
What a shot.
The bowl's locked in, but she's made shot. Great shot.
Well played.
2 it is. So the bowl's gone far enough to make 2. Okay, this is going to be weight from Lindsay Clark. Claire has let her know that her bowl is locked in. So big weight from Lindsay Clark. Looks slightly on the tight side.
Not finished yet.
Just caught the front.
Yeah, it is. Well,
this can be played with confidence, Troy. Even if she turns her own bowl to jack, she's not going to be doing any harm. And she's got a nice reference bowl to draw to of Lindsay Clark's just in behind. She's laid up on it.
Caught not wide enough in any case. Two shots will it be?
2 is confirmed. So, for all the fighting they've had to do to stay in this, the South Australians are only 4 shots behind. There's 5 ends to go. And they're going to get to choose their length right now.
Not out of it by any means.
Stephen Arthur suggesting not as cold as Ballarat. No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was in Ballarat in, it must have been July last year with Rowdy. The maximum that day, I think, was 6. I explained to some of the locals that where I was from, 6 was not a maximum. It was a minimum, and it was quite a cold one.
No, if it was...
6 means that's the best it's getting as well.
If it was 6 maximum is, equal to find another place to live. In my book.
That means that's the warmest it's getting as well. For most of the day, it's not 6. Nice opener here from Kath. Just wants to finish off. Couple of feet.
G'day to Rowd, by the way. Good to see you tuning in, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Sharon saying, come on, SA, you've worked so hard for this. So that is true. They've had to work very hard to keep themselves in it. And whilst they had, the 4 of the last... The 4 last ends before that 2 were all singles. So they've been able to keep themselves in it by not letting that score get away.
Played this one well.
Yeah, correction on weight and a little edge to help. Just slow it down that little bit more. 12-6 next door. New South Wales leading NT after 9. That's the men's gold medal match.
Good shot here by Claire.
Beautiful. Beautifully played. And
fall,
a toucher. Is that touching the jack? No, it isn't.
Marked it.
Great view of the angle that's sitting on there. Maybe has found its way into the little ridge in the bowl.
To be on a good angle here, Jody. There's a weight.
Troy, this is very good. I'm not quite seeing there. There we go. Great switch for us, so we could see the finish of that bowl. Thank you, Mitch.
Good bowl. Unlucky not to get right back there.
Well, that's a great shot from Lindsay.
Great shot, yeah.
Oh, thought it might have just got back to their shot bowl and rocked that over to close it right down. Jody wasn't far away, though.
Playing a slightly more positive shot to this.
The last one didn't get down from there. That's got more weight on it, so that won't quite make it down. Now, I wonder whether Queensland will think about putting a bowl out the other side. Yes, that's exactly where they're going. Well, it's a good angle. It does the job that they were looking for.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kath play slightly less weight than what Jodie was playing. Just for the fact that, you know, Jodie's still got 2 bowls to come. Just fatten the target up a bit, get an extra couple of bowls around there, give an angle to work off, put it in the area.
Well, does this get down to the jack? It's
This
very
is a
close.
Good ball here.
What a shot.
Straight
That
through.
is brilliant. It did fall out.
Tell you what, that was very unlucky, but it's given them now a really good look with the next one.
What a fantastic bowl, and I think it's fair to say that deserved a better result. What a great shot.
Yeah, in reality, she was 2 inches of weight short of
just getting
making 2 or
bit
3.
more of a nudge. Yep.
Yeah, but good effort. And she doesn't have to change a lot. This needs to run. Keep running. Oh, she's just pulled up a couple of feet short, really, for what she wanted.
For the South Australians now, do they play down through their own, or is there an option to play up through that bowl of Claire Turley to sort of get the split and move the jack to their favour? It's
I think there's also an option to play a backhand shot.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's every option to play on the backhand side.
Sticking with the forehand through their own. So this needs to have a little bit more weight on it. Oh, this has not got the weight it needs, I don't think.
No, not quite.
Does that create something on the backhand potentially? I'm wondering whether there's a shot up through there on the backhand to get a little piece of Claire Turley's bowl and then sort of come through onto the shot bowl and maybe turn both of them out.
I'd like to see Jodie walk up and have a closer look at this.
Yeah, so do I.
You know, and that's good gamesmanship there by Kath. She's called her up to have a look, so she can get a good visualisation on the shot.
We can just go back to the head end. Let's have a look at this. Let me just get the view from behind. There we are. So I don't know that those. I mean, there is a shot there forehand to potentially get both bowls moving. On the outside of the front bowl there on the forehand could actually get Lindsay's bowl down past and get both of them out. Or there's a shot to go down on the backhand edge of the Claire Turley bowl and come through onto Lindsay Clark's shot bowl.
I think she's got a wider target line on the backhand. Just gives her a slightly bigger margin for error. On the forehand, she's really only got a 1 bowl target to make the shot she's looking for. On the backhand, she can actually slide off the white or that blue bowl of Claire's and still get a result with the right weight. So I think she'll be playing backhand here.
I tend to agree. There might be a weight difference. I think playing the forehand shot, you've got to play it quite solid.
Yeah, easy to miss it wide too on the forehand. I like that backhand shot. It sort of looks good to the eye from the mat. No,
Forehand it is.
she's not. She's playing the harder shot. It's a bit surprising. See how she goes.
I'd have liked to see that played a lot more directly. I don't think
She's
she's
done
got
enough.
to turn it. No.
Not quite enough. So 1 down.
Lindsay Clark says
And
we're
on to
very
the-
happy to take one there.
one to
Can't see a
Queensland.
way in there, so one it will be 11-6 the lead to Queensland with 4 ends to play. Let's have a look. New South Wales leading 14-6 in the men's gold medal match now, so the footy's down there with 5 ends to play. That's against the NT guys. 9-7 lead to the ACT in the women's bronze medal match. That's against Victoria. Tasmania have almost got the mixed pairs gold medal in their keeping. 19-2 they lead that one after 10 ends. And the 2 bronze medal matches on the far side, just a little trickier to see.
Yeah, another good start by Claire.
The men's bronze medal match is 10-9 in favour of WA over Victoria. That's after 10 ends, and Victoria just picked up a 5. So that margin has been trimmed. And the mixed pairs bronze medal match has New South Wales leading 13-6 after 13 ends, so just the 2 ends to play in that one. So looking like a New South Wales bronze medal there. Mason Lewis and Johns playing in that one.
Kath not liking that one.
Well, a clear plan, you'd have to say at the moment, has worked very well for Queensland to lengthen this jack out and just make it very hard for the South Australians to be consistent. It's meant that the South Aussies have had some good bowls, but they've also, when they've missed by bigger margins, and that's the point of playing long ends and making it that bit more difficult. Lindsay with another bowl in the zone.
Jodie just need to clear the front here.
Still 1 to Queensland.
Looks to be on a good line. How's the weight? Just going to pull up a bit short.
Jodie just needs to give herself permission to reach the jack high bowl here. Really push up to it. Gives her a chance to land or get down to jack. Giving it a chance.
Good at the jack here.
What's she got? Just edges the jack and puts it into a really awkward position to get to. It's unlucky. She had the right idea and gave it a chance. She had a catcher there waiting for it.
Yep.
And now, that's going to be really tough to get to. Look, I'd almost suggest with Kath's first bowl, that's worth chasing. Try and get that jack into the ditch. Get the shot bowl out or get the jack into the ditch while there's a clear look at it. I'm not sure that's what they'll play, but I just feel like that's worth a chase.
There's actually not a lot of other options available to them really, because on a pure draw, the shorter bowl of Claire's is actually blocking the draw shot. So I think you're right, Clive. I think she's got to play a nice positive shot through that shot bowl, which could then get onto the jack and roll it to the catching two bowls of the South Australian side. So in any case, she needs to be positive, whatever she does.
Instead, trying to find a draw line and is not going to be successful. So now, if that's where it's going to land, it's better off up through there, giving it a chance. But
yeah, that was really a nothing bowl in the scheme of the game. She really did need to push up through that one, I think.
Now Claire is going to land right in the line, and there goes that shot as an option. So now needs second shot. Still not quite going to have the journey, I don't think. So this is danger signs right now. Jack's in a really awkward place to get to. Queensland are holding, I think, 3. So a really tricky one to get at. New South Wales leading at 15-6 now next door. Just 4 ends to play.
Well, I think it's not quite done enough to count there, Lindsay.
Jodie looking to get through with some weight and try and change something just underneath the line. Well, that's on a good enough line, but just passes, so it doesn't count, I don't think.
Well, she's taking it on a wider path, but not quite wide enough. It's ripping across there, and she's has not one of hers
actually
up.
Saved a few with that. That might be second shot.
I think it is. I think she's done enough to push up for second. I'm having a look at it.
Yep, just the one. So that keeps them in it. So 6 shots the difference. 3 ends to play. A 12-6 lead to Queensland over South Australia. And Yeah, I just felt like there was maybe an opportunity to attack earlier there with Kath's first bowl. And that jack in the ditch could have looked very attractive with the red disc bowls near it. Barry with a very serious look on his face there. Well, I think someone's having some fun with the forecast, because I've just looked at Joondalup temperature. It says 18 degrees and feels like 18 degrees.
Well, I doubt it, seriously.
I don't think it's 18 degrees at the moment.
The fact that I've got a t-shirt and 2 jumpers on, Clive, I don't think it's 18 degrees. And the look on our gentleman down here, his face would probably agree with us. Yeah, no, it's definitely colder than that.
Colleen Orr says, pick the guy from the territory. Yes, that is correct, Colleen. Yeah. And Colleen knows Barry well. That is Barry Orr sitting down there. Well, I will say that plenty of people watching Rinkside know that Tristan and I had to isolate for 2 weeks together a couple of years ago with COVID around, and
God help Tristan.
It was quite cool up in Boyer here in the hills in WA. I'm sitting there in a shirt and shorts, and Tristan had about 4 layers on. So definitely the cooler temperatures do get felt, that's for sure. Well, the bronze medal match for the women's pairs, ACT have broken that one apart a little bit. Is that a 15, Troy, or a 16? 15. 15-8 after 13 ends. So just a couple to play there. ACT, Di Marquette and Kristen Steele.
Looks like the men's pairs game's broken open as well, with the New South Wales boys leading 15-6 over NT.
Yep. Right now, this is an end South Australia must win. 6 shots to difference, 3 to play. They need to win all 3 ends. Start by getting a 1 or a 2 here, and then see what they can chip away at for the remaining couple of ends. If Queensland do win another end from here, it becomes a bigger ask. Dave's suggesting I have more body fat. Settle down, Dave.
Well, you got more than me, that's for sure.
Gee. I'm comfortable with who I am, Dave.
On the rink next door, Tristan's just driven and taken out the New South Wales bowls, and they've picked up a 4, so the score's gone to 15-10. 3 ends to play.
all right. Stocky and I go way back. That's all right. Great shot from Claire Turley.
Claire.
I think it's fair to say this one's been a fairly scrappy type affair, but that appears to be the way the Queenslanders wanted it. And stretch it out and make it difficult for the South Australians to find that consistent weight.
It's quite interesting across the whole green of the 6 rinks, Clive. This is the only rink that's been playing consistently long ends all game, isn't it? Most of the other games are all opting to roll short to medium length jacks.
I guess you've got to admire the tactic, haven't you, really?
Yeah, it has been a definite
experience of these two.
It's been a definite tactic, that's for sure. It's worked well so far. Going to find a way through there too. Yeah. It's 4 or 5.
Well, Jody needs to cut this margin down right now. This is game on the line right here. And a great shot here from Lindsay Clark adds another. Jody reaching up here with some weight. Well, that's definitely helped, but it's still at least 4 there. Only the 4. Wouldn't expect Lindsay to be far away with this one, having done a good job with her previous. Clears the front. Doesn't quite count. So play through their own bowl is the call. Jody needs this to be successful. How much has she got on this? Is she finding the gap?
She's going to get the jack here.
Wow. Well, stay in the match if you dare, and that will do the job for one shot to South Australia. And, well, 12-7.
Well, if they do get up, Clive, that'll be the shot they'll be talking about at the bar after the game.
That was 4 down for a trail for 1. Found the perfect gap at the front. And they get the chance to play the length that they want to play, and they must win these 2 ends. So they get to choose the length that might take them to the title if they can play 2 big ends here. Now the ACT and Victoria in the women's bronze medal, 15-9 as they enter the final end. ACT in front there, so Victoria will need a big end to get that one done. And the mixed pairs bronze medal match, that is currently 19-4 in favour of Tasmania over Victoria. I believe New South Wales has taken the mixed pairs, so that's the gold medal match, Tasmania over Victoria. The mixed pairs bronze medal match has gone the way of New South Wales. Mason Lewis and Ann Johns.
Yeah, not bad there from Kath. It's usable for sure. Yeah, pretty good there from Claire as well. Pretty well played here by Jody. Good shot there, right on the jack. That's what they need.
Men's pairs bronze medal. WA leading 13-12 after 12 ends. Just traded threes each. Lindsay Clark looking to bump that shot ball. Makes no contact. And there's still something to play out here.
Well, there's an array of opportunity here for the South Australian ladies to make a score.
They need at least two, you'd think. At least two to get themselves within three going into the final end.
Well, you know, if Kath can...
Yeah, there's chances there.
Yeah, absolutely. She draws inside Claire's bowl.
Well, this is close.
She's on a nice path here.
Little
Touch
edge of
that
the
jack would be perfect.
Oh, didn't.
Oh, wow.
But counts. And Claire Turley looking for some contact. Just going to dive under.
Okay, could play a very similar shot to the last.
Is there some fire in the tail here for the South Australians? Second last end. Looking for a two or a three. They'll take more.
This one looks like it's carrying a bit of extra weight.
I don't know.
Oh no, the wind's held that up. Lovely shot here. That's going to count as well.
Well.
Out of the hand, the way she was talking, body language there, it looked like she'd overdone it, but...
This one cruises past as well, so I just see a signal. It is 4 at the moment to South Australia. So, well, could we have a big finish lined up just yet? Lindsay Clark's got 2 bowls to do something about this. She strides down confidently to the mat. Does she try and draw? Does she try and make some contact here? Jody has first dibs. Jody has to throw caution to the wind and just try and pile bowls in here.
Well, the
Not
good thing
far
is,
away either.
The good thing is, Clive, that's not a massive target either.
No, it's just gone too far to count. But no, you're right.
So I think she'll be playing backhand.
Now, will that hold its line?
She's played this well, I think.
Very close. Where's the jack gone? Well, it's still at least one to South Australia.
Maybe, possibly two.
Yep. So one is the call, and Jodie has to try and set that bowl. One isn't enough.
It needs to hang on.
No, it's going to go a little edge, but didn't get back to it. So I think the Queensland girls will have a look at this because they might be quite happy to drop one. They will think long and hard about this because they might be quite happy to drop one and go in with a 4-shot lead and not take any risks here. They'll assess what happens if Jack moves. They don't want, massive, a little nudge of the Jack, and they could be 3 down.
Well, just looking at that, Clive, I'm wondering whether they're already 3 down.
Well, that's the thing. If they are, then they're definitely playing the bowl. I thought Claire had indicated that she thought it was only 1.
Yeah, possibly.
I think Claire is saying we want to go. I want to go 1 down. Lindsay said, "Trust me, I'm going back to play it."
Okay, so Claire's fairly confident it's only 1.
Okay, they are declaring the head, so we will see whether it is 1 or 3 or somewhere in between.
Well, I don't think it's 3 because I couldn't have seen them declaring that if it was.
No.
So it's probably just the 1.
One it is. So a 4-shot lead as we go into the final end here. It'll be the South Australians that get to set the length, but they must get 4 shots to take us to an extra end. (15-11) next door. New South Wales leads the NT in the men's gold medal match. Looks like New South Wales has shot there, but I think the NT guys are considering a little bit of weight, so we'll keep an eye on there. But right now, Kath Greenslade needs to nail this jack with her first.
Done a good job with it. Just a fraction short.
I can tell you the ACT Victoria bronze medal match is 15-9 in favour of the ACT, and they are playing the final end right now. Jay, that's the current score. So whether there's anything, I can't speak for the live scoring because we're busy right here, but you can see that scoreboard. You actually see that scoreboard in the background. We might go back to that view in just a moment just to show you that scoreboard. There it is, 15-9 ACT over Victoria. That's the bronze medal match, and they are playing the final end. Thanks for that, Mitch. Well, this is well set up for Queensland. It's a good shot from Jody, gets one in there and does get the shot according to the signals we saw from Claire. One more to New South Wales next door in the men's pairs match, so 16-11 in the gold medal match, last end about to be played. Queensland are doing what they need to do here, Troy. They're just getting bowls around the head. They don't need shot. They just need to prevent dropping four. It's just about having bowls in the area. Thanks, Jay and Liz. That's the format. It's 2x2 by 2x2. Why do they do it? Because that's the format that we're playing.
It's the Australian way cloth.
It is, and whenever we stream 2x2 by 2x2 format, there are questions like that come up. So clearly it's an unusual format to play, particularly these days. I mean, we know that there's a lot of 3-3 played these days, often for televised matches to keep the... it can be... This 2-and-walk game can be a very, very long game. Can Kath find a way in here?
She needs to get the inside of that one.
Yeah, well... You start to look where 4 might be possible, and it's tricky to see at the moment. Yes, Claire Turley just rolls past and finishes at the back. That's not a bad home.
Well, if Kath can somehow find a hole between her own bowl and Jodie's bowl that's closest to the jack, she can actually get back and sit Claire Turley's back bowl there, which then may give them an option with Jodie's last 2 to create a 4. It's just a bit wide. Yeah, really need to be tied into that.
Well, particularly because if you look at those 2 Queensland bowls that are close to the line, the jack's right between them, so getting both of them moving is going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, she really need to play that one tight. I mean, if she had been tight and across the head, getting to Lindsay's short bowl there would have been better than missing it wide.
I think this needs to be full bore and try and kill the end.
Now it does.
There is the option to kill the end. We're not playing respot, so there is the option to kill the end and have another go. I think that's the way the South Australians need to go.
I think you're right, and that's what we'll see.
in the process of trying to do that, there might be something that presents. You know, you get the edge of a bowl and maybe things change.
Bit of luck.
You know, maybe the edge of the front blue down onto the white bowl, which gets onto the back blue, that might create something. If you're in the area for the jack.
Even if she got the front blue square, it could potentially get that back bowl of Claire's, get them both with the first.
Got to throw one at this.
And leave her for a shot for the last one. But you're right, she's got to be playing right through this and hope for a bit of luck.
I'm not sure what the plan was there. Claire calling the header as Lindsay was just about to enter the backswing. Lindsay just going to the back of the rink. Out wide in case the jack spills out to the side there.
Yep.
Yes, but just arriving on those bowls isn't going to get it done. This needs to be big weight.
Well, I mean, her only real chance is to get the backhand onto the Claire's bowl and get the edge of it back to the second of their bowls. But very difficult shot, and not with that weight. No, it's not, I'm afraid, not going to do enough.
So that's going to be, I believe we'll shake hands, that's going to be maybe 2 to South Australia. We'll put down 2, and that is a Australian pairs title to Lindsay Clark and Claire Turley. They take the gold medal, and a wonderful display of game plan, really, that really made it so difficult for the South Australians. To their credit, Troy, they hung around and they pushed the Queenslanders all the way. Just needed a couple of things to go their way on those last couple of ends, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the Queenslanders, as you said, they sort of really dominated the game for the most part. The longer ends, they were just a little bit too consistent for the South Australians, particularly at the lead position. And they were well-deserved winners in the end.
Now stick with us here, because the men's gold medal match has got about 3 bowls left to play, so we'll just keep an eye on that for you. Barry's still there, and I reckon he's looking forward to a nice warm shower when he gets back to wherever he's staying.
I think they might be putting the heater on in the car on the way back.
I think you're right. So a big congratulations to Claire Turley and Lindsay Clark. A few of the matches are coming to a conclusion here, so we'll give you all the information we can.
Well, the New South Wales NT men's pairs game, that's all but over. The jack's gone into the ditch.
Yeah, Tristan's playing his last bowl, but more out of process than anything.
Yep, and only one down.
The gold medalists in the men's pairs are Gary Kelly and Corey Wedlock. They take the title, and Tristan Smollercombe and Greg Wetzler take the silver. They will be very happy to take home a silver, no doubt about it. We've still got some bronze medal matches coming to
the ladies bronze medal match has just finished. The
Yep.
ladies' bronze medals match has just finished, and the ACT there were victors, 15-9 over the Victorian ladies.
So it's Di Marquette and Kristen Steele that take home the bronze medal. The men's bronze medal match still has quite a few bowls to play, so we might leave it at that. The mixed pairs gold medal, they are playing the final end, but that will go the way of Courtney Hobbs and Tim Dowse. So check out the Bowls Australia social media for all of those final results, but we do know our gold medalists in each of the events: Gary Kelly and Corey Wedlock in the men's pairs, Claire Turley and Lindsay Clark in the women's pairs, and Courtney Hobbs and Tim Dowse will win the mixed pairs gold medal. They are completing the final end. They are up 19-12, so barring something very strange over there, that will be the way that result goes. So look, thank you for joining us right the way through the day. A big thank you to Tourism Western Australia, the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, of course Lottery West, and the City of Joondalup for all of our coverage here in the Nationals 2023. Mitch, thank you for your hard work and bringing us all of our pictures. You're doing a fine job. And Troy, thank you for your time today. We've really appreciated having you with us in commentary.
Thanks, Clive. Very enjoyable day. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, it's the Fours Day tomorrow as we experience more in Joondalup town. We know that. We'll be back right here tomorrow. Don't miss it. Like the Bowls Australia Facebook page. Make sure your notifications are on, and we'll join you from around about midday Western Standard Time tomorrow, right back here at Joondalup for Australian Championship Fours. Catch you then.